Hello, my very good friends. How you guys doing? It's Transformation Tuesday again, and I thought I'd jump on here live and share some nuggets of wisdom. I'm actually going to have go on a bit of a rant here. So for those of you that are tuning in on the replay, hello. It's awesome to see you guys. I'm going to drop a bit of a rant here because I've just run a. Hey Luke, how you doing, brother? I just ran a seminar on Saturday, and there were 60 people in the room that got to experience and learn a little bit about how to master your mindset, how to transform your life, how to start recognizing how to take control of our life and start to live life on our terms. I know that's a term that gets used a lot, isn't it? Live life on your terms. Well, let's take a look at that. Hey brother, how you doing? Let's take a look at how do you live life on your terms? How do you follow your dream? How do you live that? Now, I like to think I'm now speaking from experience. And I can say that. And I can say that because I've walked through some pretty dark fucking tunnels in my life, particularly in the last 3 or 4 years when I've left a job. I was for those of you that don't know my story, I was in a job. Thanks, buddy. Rant's always good. I was in a job that I didn't particularly like. I spent 4 years studying an engineering degree. And then I worked as an engineer for 10 years. I worked in a decade in a job that I didn't particularly like. Why did I do that? Because I didn't really think about what I wanted to do with my life. So I just tolerated mediocrity, right? I thought that living in a job that was safe, that would pay a lot of money, but had no soul, I thought that was living a successful life. And you know what? I tolerated the job. I tolerated the job for so long, right? Now, no disrespect for anyone here who's in a job. In fact, this whole entire video is for you. If you're in a job that you don't particularly like and you want to get out of it and you want to do something that resonates with your heart space, if you want to express the highest version of you, the most authentic version of you, if you want to be the most incredible version of you, hey Aiden, thanks brother. If you want to express that, which is living your dream, which is living life on your terms, I've got news for you. It's fucking hard, right? It's fucking hard. And I can tell you that because I've done it. I know what it takes. And for anyone out there that just thinks it's easy, that there's just swan along and just money just starts falling off your laptop and you just live your dream, I got news for you. It's horseshit. If you want to live your dream, if you want to create the life that is truly there waiting for you, it's work. It's hard work. There's hustle. There's intelligence. There's wisdom. There's study. There's so many aspects that go into creating this. That for anyone to just think, oh yeah, just start your own business, do what you love. Yeah, it's easy. Fuck no. It's been the hardest thing I've done in my life. I've done a university degree. I've spent 10 years working on projects doing fly in, fly out. I've traveled to 41 countries around the world. The hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life is start a business. And it's been the most incredibly challenging, but also the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my entire life. And that decision that day I made to leave my job, to walk away from a job that was successful and high paying, that was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life. But you know what? It was also the easiest job in my life because I wasn't going to go through my life tolerating mediocrity. I wasn't going to let the one and only life that I get to live, I'm not going to let life just happen to me. I'm going to choose my life. And I value my life so much. I value my life so fucking much that I was never going to tolerate doing something that I didn't love. I wasn't going to fall into the 40-40-40 trap, which is working 40 years of my life, 40 hours a week to retire on 40% of my salary. I don't think so, right? Now, again, no disrespect for anyone who's doing that, right? You're welcome to do that. You're also welcome to do something else. And this is what I want to share with the world, which is if you want to live your dream, if you want to start expanding into creating a business, or even just doesn't have to be a business, it just be pursuing something that you resonate with, something that you care about, it's going to require effort. It's going to require work. It's going to require collaboration. It's going to require turning up as the best version of yourself in order to create that. Because if it was simple, everyone would be doing it. Did you know that the latest job statistics around engagement in the workplace, they've done engagement surveys, I think this is the latest Gallup poll, was 85% of the entire global workforce is disengaged. 85% of people are disengaged at work. What does that mean? Well, what does disengage mean? It means they're turning up to a job that they don't like. They have absolutely no resonance with. They have no, there's your vibrational frequency now, and then there's your job, right? Now, there's a mismatch there. You're doing something, if you can relate to this, you're doing something that doesn't particularly resonate. Well, I want to share with you how I did the transition, how I discovered it, how I made the transition, because I want to share some nuggets of wisdom that, look, to be honest, if my kids are watching, I want my kids to know this information. I want my little nieces and nephew to know this. I want my best friends to know this. I want people who want to empower themselves to have this information, because it's nuggets of gold that I think is going to empower people to transform their life. Now, the first thing is we've got to have clarity on what we want to actually create. People talk about wanting to live their dream. We've got to know what the fucking dream is in the first place. We've got to tune into what's truly important. What do we actually want to create in this life? What's truly important? What is the highest, most authentic expression of us? What are we truly here to give, be, do, and have? That's the first question. What's truly important and what do we want? Now, for anyone that's not clear on that, and I wasn't clear on that, for much of my life I was not clear on what I truly wanted. And the reason I wasn't clear on what I wanted, because I didn't fucking spend any time thinking about it, right? I spent most of my disposable income just traveling, having a good time, fluffing about life, which was great. But did I actually ask the hard soul-searching question, what am I truly here to do? No, I didn't. And I don't know whether you guys can relate, but a lot of people spend more time planning their holiday than to do planning their life, right? It's ridiculous. I was one of them. I can laugh at it because I was one of them. I spent so much of my life tolerating mediocrity, right? And yet I would still complain. I used to complain. I'd say, I don't know what I'm here to do. There's all these people that have discovered what they were born to do. Aren't they lucky? Oh, you're so lucky. You know, my best mate Gilly, if you watch this, I remember saying to my best mate Gilly, he's a teacher and he found his passion quite early in life. He's a principal, phenomenal, amazing, beautiful human being that knew from the outset what he was there to do. But he put in the work. He spent the time to get clear on what he wanted. And I just said, you're lucky that you found it. Aren't you lucky that you found it? Well, what the hell was I doing to find it? I was doing nothing. I was just out maybe getting drunk. I was maybe just thinking, maybe the piano of purpose is going to fall out of the sky one day and then I'm going to find it. Well, I got news for anyone out there that just thinks it's randomly going to pop out of the sky. Look, it may happen, but I wouldn't count on it, right? The way that it happens is you get clear on what you truly want. You understand what's truly important for your life. Then the next step is recognizing all the fears and all the limiting beliefs that are like the weeds in your garden that are going to prevent you from actually actualizing what you're here to do. The fears and the limiting beliefs, these are all the programs that get created out of our ego, out of scarcity, out of avoidance, out of playing it safe. So for anyone out there who wants to play it safe and wants to expect that they can live their dream and feel comfortable, well, I got news for you. When you make that transition, when you make that decision in the early days, it's not easy. No, you've got to face the fears. You've got to walk through a really dark tunnel to get to the place where you finally get clarity, where you overcome all your internal demons, when you get super clear on what you truly want, and then you're willing to do whatever it takes to get that. And this is the thing: is a lot of people say they want it, they want it. But that's just it. They just want it. They don't really want it. So I speak with so many people that they want to change their life. They want to live the dream. They want to do what they were born to do, right? But they're not willing to put in the effort. They're certainly not willing to invest the money it takes to actually to cultivate and develop yourself, to get coached, to get mentored, to get trained, to build the resilience, to get that mental toughness, to get the education required to do that. Because this is what's required. We've got to become the ultimate version of ourselves. We have to become, we've got to access so many different dimensions of ourselves that it's just required. We can't just turn up as straight out of university and expect, well, that's all the learning I'm ever going to do in my life and I can live my dream. That's horseshit, right? We've got to constantly have an attitude of constantly evolving, constantly growing, and constantly striving to become the next level of us. And it's not about becoming better than anyone else. It's becoming better than our version of ourselves that we were yesterday. It's about becoming our ultimate version of us. So it's about saying, where was I yesterday? How do I then take a step forward? How do I grow? How do I evolve? How do I develop? And we've got to treat this like a game. Treat it like, okay, great. I'm currently at level 55. How do I go to level 56? Then tomorrow I want to go level 57. How do we get elevating, keep expanding ourselves? Now, if you guys can relate to want to expand yourself, give me some love. Tell me if anyone here wants to actually expand themselves and wants to improve their life situation. Give us a yes. And then also give us another yes if you're actively doing something to transform your life. Because I speak to a lot of people. They say, I ask them, what's your biggest challenge in life? And they go X, Y, and Z. It could be not being in a job I love, or it could be not being in a relationship I like, or it could be, I'm paralyzed by fear. So then the next question I ask is, what are you doing about it? What are you doing? What are you actively doing about your life's biggest challenge right now to either transform it, to solve it, to move beyond it, to expand past your limitations? And for most people, their answer is nothing. They're chilling there and sitting in front of Netflix or listening to music, drinking wine, and they're doing fuck all about changing their life. So this is where my rant's going to kick in. Hey, buddy, yeah, it's all about the incremental increases, 1% per day. Now, I'm going to go on a rant here because there's so many fucking people out there that are doing nothing, absolutely nothing to transform their life. They want to change. And I can relate, and I can say this, and I can say this without judgment because I used to be one of them. I used to be one of these people that would just sit there and go, I guess I want to live my dream, but I don't know what it is, and poor me. Right? But I was doing nothing about it. Absolutely nothing about it. So this is the first question we need to ask ourselves is, what's my life's biggest challenge? And then secondly, what am I doing about my life's biggest challenge? How much of my disposable income am I investing in me and overcoming that challenge? Because I've got news for you. Whatever challenge that you've got in life, there is a solution. Now, whether it be a mentor, a coach, right, a thought leader, an educational program, resources, a community, there is the answer to whatever your problem exists, your life's biggest problem right now, that solution exists. And there's someone right now, literally, someone like me, a coach, a mentor, there's thousands of people around in your environment, immediate environment, that can help you overcome that challenge right now. Right? Every single challenge that we have as a human being we can overcome it. We can conquer it. So this is empowerment. This is responsibility. We've got to take responsibility for our life. I'll say it again, we've got to take responsibility for our fucking life to the point where we can say, cool, I have a hierarchy of my life's 5 biggest problems. And I'm actively doing this, and this to transform those problems in my life. And I'm fucking spending money on it, and I'm investing in myself, and I'm actively pursuing the solution to that problem because I care about my life. Anything less than that is not caring about our life. Failure in life is not knowing what's important. Success in life is knowing what's important and doing something about it. So this is what I'm incredibly proud of, and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here because I'm proud that I've made the transition. I left the job and I made my life's most incredibly tough and challenging decision to leave a job that was safe, secure, high paying, and I walked away from it. I literally walked away from a job not having any idea how I was going to survive, how I literally had one paying client at the time, and I had no idea how the fuck I was going to do it. But I just backed myself in because I cared enough about my life and I believed in myself, and I said, fuck, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go for it, because to do anything less than go for my dreams and to go for it, to fully go for it, it was mediocrity. And I don't know about you, but I'm not giving up my one and only life to live standards of mediocrity. And I'm not going to apologize for this rant because I'm just going to rant because I'm incredibly passionate about this. And if I have kids one day, my kids are going to get this message. They can do anything they want when they're willing to put in the work, when they're willing to get the resource, when they're willing to invest in doing the work, when they're willing to invest in their mindset, when they're willing to do everything in their power to create the most incredible life ever. Because there's a lot of people out there that want to change. A lot of people that want the success. Are they willing to walk through the dark tunnel? Are they willing to deal with the fear? Are they willing to deal with all the shitty challenges that come with it? Are they willing to go through, and again, it's walking through the deep, dark tunnels of life. The most confronting, scariest things that exist in our life are the decisions that we need to make that challenge us to our core. Hey, Deb. And this is the thing this is the point. Now, my point is this. We've got to make some tough decisions in life. We've got to make some incredibly tough, challenging decisions in life. And we need to make a decision that we are worth it. We've got to make a decision that our life, living our dream, living our purpose, living life in our terms, it's a decision that's not for the faint-hearted. And it requires we care, and I use the word care with volition, we care about our life so much that we will consciously approach our life tactically, deliberately, strategically, with also a willingness to sacrifice. Yes, I said the S word, sacrifice. We need to be willing to sacrifice the temporary the very, very temporary pleasure for long-term pleasure. Now, this is the thing. Look, for those of you that know my story, I'm very open about most of my life now is devoted to my business, most of it. And for me, it's not like a job. It's not a job at all, right? I'm not saying it's easy, but for me, I know that because I'm so driven, so aligned with what I'm here to do, and I've found my passion, I've discovered it, and I've chosen that it's so important that I'm not going to let anything come in the way of that. So for me, I'm going to live that. I'm going to create that. And at the risk of sounding like a whatever, you're going to see Chris Jackson, right? You're going to see him up on stage in front of hundreds of people. You're going to see him just going and just go, just doing his thing. Not because I'm particularly intelligent, right? I'm not the smartest guy out there. I'm just a guy from Tasmania who just decided that he was just going to go all in and just go for it. So I'm not particularly intelligent. I'm just a guy that just cares so much about my life that I'm not going to let anyone, any excuse or any limiting belief or any fear get in my way. And I just care about it so much. I care about life more than anything else. And that means that I'm driven, I'm determined, and I'm so passionate about just making it happen. Because I want this to be the greatest love story ever told. I want my life to just be this extraordinary, amazing adventure where I've just gone all in, following what I love, doing what I'm born to do. And that for me is a decision. That is a decision that you care about life so much that you will be willing to do whatever it takes. And that's the end of my rant. I just needed to get out there because I just needed to share the message with a lot of people that think that this living your dream and living life on your terms is just this easy little thing where money flips off your laptop. Well, no, it's not that easy. If you're willing to do the work, it's there available for everyone, but not everyone's willing to do the work. A lot of people want it. So, on that note, guys, if this resonates with you, and if you want some tips, if you've got some questions, if you need some assistance in any way, shape, or form, please reach out to me because I've been through those dark tunnels. I know what it's like to be sitting on the fence, knowing that there's something more, knowing that there's a better life out there waiting for us. And I've been crippled. I've been stuck in a job for the best part of 10 years, knowing there was something more, but I never did a damn thing about it until in the last 3 or 4 years when I've transitioned out of that and I've started my business and I've been through the dark tunnel. I know what it's like, and I'm not saying it's easy. And I'm here to actually offer you this is a message of support. This is a message to anyone out there that it is possible. Of course it's possible. And there's a strategy. There's a way to do it. And it starts with working on us. It starts with investing in the time in us, in who we are, and developing our mindset. Working on all the fears, working through the limiting beliefs. And I'm harping on about fears and limiting beliefs. But when you overcome all your fears and you overcome your limiting beliefs, boom, you start to expand. You start to be able to see beyond the horizon, way beyond the horizon. And this is what this is all about. This is about us expanding into the greatest version of ourselves and seeing beyond what we believe to be possible. Because we can never truly see all the possibilities that are available for our life because we're just limited by our human experience. So it's about overcoming the fears. It's about overcoming all the limiting beliefs. It's about tuning into the vision, the mission, the purpose of what we're truly here to be, do, and have. And it's about creating such a compelling visual future of what is it that we're here to do and finding something we truly care about. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean starting a business. It doesn't necessarily mean a job. It's just doing something that you care about. But it starts with caring enough about yourself. It starts with caring about you so that you put in the effort. You put in... You can do it. This is the thing. Everyone can live life there on their terms if they're willing to do the work. That's my final message. As always, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm here to always help share. I'm always here to support. And that's my message of hope is, guys, if you're in that position and you're umming and ahhing or you're hesitating, make the decision that you're worth it. Make the decision to invest in yourself. Make the decision to transform your mind. Make the decision to overcome all those internal demons, because the biggest limitation you've got in your life is yourself. When we overcome our own internal limitations, we free ourselves up to start going for it. And we can go for it hard. So decide that your life is worth it. Decide that you love it. And as always, guys, I love you, and I will see you again soon. This was Transformation Tuesday, and I shall see you guys all again very soon. Bye for now.